Hello. Welcome to spooky Halloween baking with me, a spooky scary skeleton. Uh, Today we're going to be making chocolate Oreo bats, which are super easy to make, and all you need is microwave and Oreos and chocolates. The other things that you will need with it are possibly a cupcake tray, just to make it easier to hold the cupcake cups. But you don't need to, you can just have them out as they are. 3 bowls, at least one of them microwavable bowl, and a spoon and a knife. You can use any kind of knife, but I got brand new knives and they are iridescent and pretty. And I'm going to be using my pretty knives. There's a wee delay in the messages, that's fine. And I have a drink. Because you should always have juice when cooking. To start off, we are going to get one of the bowls and start with the Oreos. And you want to separate the Oreos from the cream. Kind of annoying to do. And in the advert, they like twist it apart and it comes out easy. Does not happen. In real life, that absolutely does not happen. Oh, no, that one broke. But that's fine, because what you want is to have the cream in one bowl and then the biscuits in another. But if they do break in half, you want to try and keep them as intact as they can be, because that's what you want for the wings. So that little half a biscuit. So what I'm doing is just getting the biscuit with the cream and then getting kind of the sharp bit of the knife, but it doesn't have to be the sharp bit of the knife. You can take it easy, go real slow and just scrape as much of it or as much as you want off. And you got a clean biscuit. And you put the cream in one bowl, biscuits in another. Try not to just spill them all over the table because you're showing a camera what they look like. And you just do the entire packet, which can take a while. But usually when I'm cooking, I am listening to music or I have a video on, watch TV, or we can chat. It is, the reason I'm so good at it is years of pretending to be hosting my own cooking show when I'm just cooking by myself. So when I'm cooking, I'm like thinking of each of the steps, but doing so in the kind of like Nigella style of way of you can just have a snack of this. I think it might be better actually to be cutting over the cream one, just because the cream can get a little bit crumbly. I'm also very sniffy. Preferably you would not be sniffling over your Oreos. Ooh, that one was a good one. Oh, that one was a very good clean cut of just the entire Oreo. Like cream off in the one go. Ooh, and that one twisted off, but didn't break. I think that's possibly the first time that's ever happened to me. Every time I go to twist them, they always, every single time, just crumble into a million pieces. Here we go. Oreos smell so tasty. I want to eat them all. Do we have Oreos? Honey,
Yeah.
I might go grab some Oreos just to snack. This is going extremely well. Way better than any other time I've made them. all of the biscuits are coming out very nice and clean. Where usually they come out a mess and I struggle to get some nice wings. Because what you're looking for is you're looking to make 12 bats. So you want 24 half of Oreos to make the wings. And if you've read the recipe, you know that the rest of them don't really matter because they just get broken up and put into some melted chocolate. Which, if you've ever had the dairy milk Oreo chocolate, it's very similar to that. So it's delicious. Except it also has little eyeballs on. For a spooky bat. I was going to be a bat for Halloween, but I couldn't find something that looked distinctly bat-like that wouldn't make me just look like Morticia Addams. And I will happily be Morticia Addams. But I wanted to be a bat. So instead I am a skelly bum. So I got this shirt from Tesco's. And it glows in the dark. I've not seen it glow in the dark yet. Because pretty much as soon as 5 o'clock hits, I put on my jammies. Being careful not to accidentally cut my fingies. I didn't mention at the beginning, but you should also have washed your hands, washed your fingies, and washed table. But I'm sure everybody knows that. My hands definitely aren't covered in black and white snazzy face paint. Ooh. I only have a couple left. Because thankfully mine aren't as crumbly as they usually are every other time I've tried to separate Oreos. Because quite a lot of the your Pinterest recipes are break apart Oreos and make them all neat and cute. And then you try it and they break into 1,000 pieces and you're like, how do you get one single thing of Oreo? You don't, is how that works. Try and find an in at the Oreo company and ask them to just send you just the individual biscuits. Don't know why they don't sell those. I suppose it's the Oreo biscuits themselves are quite bitter. And it's the cream or the milk that they suggest, that they recommend that you have Oreos with, that kind of make it not as claggy. Boop. And last one. Ta-da! There we go. And what you should have is messy hands and a bowl of Oreo cream and a bigger bowl of biscuits. Now what you can do, I am still in the middle of finding a perfect ratio, but you can make the Oreo cream into icing. I'm sure there's a way. There is a way and I will find it, but I don't know it yet. Oh, I've not seen all of the comments, it didn't refresh for me, but yep, super easy with a knife, with a sharp knife. Hi Rose, hello. But yes, I will find the perfect ratio to make Oreo filling into an actual cake cream, and because again, all of the recipes that I've found are crush up entire Oreos, and I'm like, no, I have spare Oreo filling. What do I do with it? But I think if you mix just a little bit of milk, heat it up a little bit with like the lightest of heat, then you'll be able to try and do something with it. Or just eat it on its own, because it is tasty. Now, what we're going to do is count out our bat wings. Again, you're wanting enough for 12. So you want to find... I like to go through the already broken ones and then kind of find what ones are the prettiest. So I've got 1. Oh, that was a nice one. 2. 3. Yeah, 4. You don't have to keep them to be like matched with the other Oreo. You can just pick whatever ones look nicest. Because if you don't have enough, we're going to be breaking some of these up anyway. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, and all of the other bits are a little bit too small for my liking, so you literally just go boop and break them in half. 6. And then, ooh, oh nope, that one got too crumbly. 7, is that, I'm at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. Excellent math skills here. Oh. See, that one got too crumbly, but I know that one of the other ones that got crumbly was a nice half. That's 8. 9. You can also, if you want to try, use the knife to cut it in half. That's 10. I prefer the kind of homemade look of crumpled biscuits. I'm at 10. I'm gonna say 10. 11. And 12. That one broke off into one little bit and then one fairly big bit. So you should have 12 halves. 12 of just the biscuits themselves. And then another bowl just filled with bits. And you can put these in a bag and then beat them up. You can keep them in the bowl and either use like the butt of your knife, or I specifically bought a really nice rolling pin, obviously for my rolling pin needs, but I just really like this rolling pin and I haven't got a chance to use it yet. And you just want to smush to whatever size you want. You can keep them big or you can make them little. Just try to make sure they stay in the bowl and don't go halfway across the room. And that bit is really up to you. 12 sets, yeah, so 24 halves. 24 pieces, like halves of biscuits. And crushing up the biscuits is entirely up to you, because you can make it really fine, or you can keep it kind of, can't really see very well, but like whole bits of biscuits. Just taking out your anger on on innocent biscuits. I realised of my entire cupboard of mugs and cups, I only have 2 Halloween cups. This being one of them, and he has little googly eyes, which I can't shake because I've got juice in my cup. But so I need to get more Halloween cups, is the moral of that story. Once you have your broken up bits, as I say, you can make them bigger, you can make them finer into little crumbs. Hi Rose! But that's entirely up to you. The next thing I'm going to do is set these aside and get to melting chocolate. And you've got 2 options for how to melt, or what would be best. You can put it in a double boiler, which is just, it's on the stovetop, pan of hot water with a bowl on top, and you put the chocolate in the bowl. You can't do that with a plastic cup, plastic bowl, otherwise the plastic bowl will melt. I know this from experience. Or you can pop it in the microwave. You put it at little intervals and stir it each. This is cute. Oh, my little glass, yes. My cactus witch is actually right next to my laptop, so I can bring her around and show you. What you want to do with the chocolate is, when you're popping it into your bowl, break it up into the little, the segments, the bits, segments. Thomas nodded and said yes. And I'm actually going to put in 150. I put 250 in the recipe, but I may have been wrong on that. I'm going to put 150 in just now. And then hopefully I'm wrong and you do need the 250, but hopefully I was also wrong and you only need the 150 and you have spare chocolate to munch. But you don't need to really be exact. Just put in half of the bar. You want to try and make it kind of a 1-to-1 on your biscuit crumbs. Yeah, chunks. I think I've only ever had one bar of chocolate that didn't have the like lines where you break it, and that was very fancy chocolate that was like a $5. So just break it up. Because when I'm making cookies as well, I don't actually buy chocolate chips when I'm making cookies. I just buy a bar of chocolate, like the same amount of chocolate as it would say, like 150 grams of chocolate chips. I just buy 150 grams of chocolate and then just chop it up because you get nicer, bigger bits of chocolate. It's a hack, a tip. So I'm filled with wisdom. So my microwave has like the preset buttons, so I won't be able to set it for exactly 15 seconds, so I'll have to watch it. But you want to put it in for 15 seconds and then take it out and stir it. Oh no! Oh no! Why? Excuse me? Hello? That's not good. I'm going to take everything off of that and see if that happens again. Oh, please don't. No, no, no. Something's wrong with the microwave. Honey.
What?
Something's wrong with the microwave.
Yeah, it was doing it the other day. I can't do anything to fix it.
I don't know what it is.
Just make sure that everything inside of it's aligned properly, and just put the bowl directly in the middle.
No, I can see where it's coming from. It's coming from the right hand side. What is you? Why are you doing this? No, it's definitely the microwave. Oh, there's.
What?
There's something on the side that is. I think what's happened is like the paint's got exposed. And so it's the metal of the actual microwave that's sparking in the microwave.
Oh, okay.
Well. I may have to put my chocolate over the stove. And also buy a new microwave. It was terrifying. Yeah, it's definitely not my bowl. My bowl is proper, like, plastic and microwave safe, and I've microwaved this bowl loads of times. Should I... Roberta, do you think I should take a break and melt my chocolate and come back? I'll bring my witch over. While we're panicking a bit. And you can see my Pac-Man jammy shots. Spooky from the top. Not spooky at the bottom. This is my cactus witch. She is a sweet baby and I love her. She also has googly eyes. Yes, cool. So, if you have a microwave that isn't exploding, put it in the microwave for 15 seconds, take it out, give it a stir. The first couple of times, it won't look like anything's happened, but what's happening is the chocolate is just getting warm, and then what will happen is it'll look like nothing's happened, you'll stir it, and then all of the melted chocolate will come over itself. And you just want your chocolate to be melted, but not burnt. So try to get it, you'll get to a point where there's a few lumps, 1 or 2 lumps. Keep stirring it, put it back in once more, and then once that's done, take it out. Or even take it out when there's still like the lumps of unmelted chocolate. Because what will happen is the heat from the melted chocolate will melt it. And then I will be back in a minute when I have melted my chocolate, not in the death microwave. See you in a few minutes. Hello. Yes, I'm back. And if anything, what we have learned today is maintain your microwave's health. Don't let your microwave get to the point where it will explode if you try to microwave something. It's very unsafe. Hello Roberta, hello Liam. Liam, you missed an almost explosion. I have microwaved my chocolate. I have actually microwaved 200 grams because upon looking at it all melted, I was like, that's not enough chocolate, so I added another 50 grams. However, I think that the 250 grams that I said should be the recipe may have been the perfect amount of chocolate. So, aren't I clever? Hi Ashley! You missed my microwave exploding. Incidentally, while I was microwaving the chocolate, I watched that back, and the look of absolute terror and confusion on my face was very funny. So, As you can see, I have changed to a glass bowl because, as I said before, if you try and put a plastic bowl on a double boiler, or if you try and put plastic on some hot water, it will melt the bowl. So I have a glass bowl, which I got from Poundland. Most of the things I own are from Poundland. But what we're going to do is pop your Oreo bits just into the chocolate. It's very simple. And you just mix it in, get everything all kind of together, congealed. Oh no, I think that might have been a good amount of chocolate. I think the 200 grams might have been the perfect amount. You want to mix it until everything's all... until you can't see Oreo anymore. Thank you, Roberta. You're lying, but thank you. If you have a flat spatula, that would be perfect because you want to try and get as much deliciousness as possible. So it's kind of best to try and scrape down the edges, which is very hard to do with a spoon. I do have a flat spatula, but it's dirty because I made barbecue chicken burgers last night and I didn't clean anything because lockdown hasn't changed me at all as a person. I'm still very lazy. And now, tidy as you go. Tidy as you go. You just want to pop out your cupcake liners. This is where it is helpful to have a cupcake tray, just because you can kind of keep them corralled. You don't have to. I am going to, but you don't have to. I'm going to set out your 12. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm going to keep them and make cupcakes. And you just want to put kind of as much as you want. Try and put, I'd say maybe a teaspoon or a tablespoon in each. But kind of just enough to coat it. Because what you're kind of looking for is the look of like a Reese's cup. You know how the Reese's cup kind of are in the foil packaging and they've got the ridges? You're looking for that. But just enough to cover the bottom is more than enough. So, and it can get messy because it's melted chocolate. And anything to do with melted chocolate always gets messy. Oh, it smells delicious though. It smells great. It is just melted chocolate. It's the same kind of thing of me and my friends kind of have the running joke of like, any time we're visiting the others, when like the other person will be making dinner, it will always start with onions and garlic. And we'll be like, dinner smells great. Because it's just onion and garlic. Onion and garlic makes anything smell delicious. And you're immediately like, oh, I'm being given a proper delicious dinner. But it's just garlic. So melted chocolate is very similar, where it doesn't really matter what it is or how much effort's gone into it. If it's melted chocolate, it'll be delicious. It's super easy to do as well, actually. Assuming that your microwave doesn't try to murder you all, it is very easy and very quick. And you can kind of put anything in the chocolate. I've went for Oreos because it's kind of a self-contained recipe. Because you use the Oreo bits for the wings, so you might as well put the rest of the Oreo bits in the chocolate. Here we go. But you could make like chocolate. What are chocolate Rice Krispie treats called?
Chocolate Rice Krispie treats.
Just chocolate Rice Krispie treats? Because like those Rice Krispie treats where it's the marshmallows.
Mm-hmm.
But then those ones where it's just Rice Krispies and melted chocolate.
Chocolate clusters? Or is that cornflakes?
That's cornflakes, is it not? I've not had them in years. I might make them next.
Tell you what, unilaterally decide on a name. They're called Fun Dogs, right?
They're called Fun. Yep. Okay. I just realised I was thinking of the ones that like you get in cafes, but those are caramel topped with chocolate, aren't they?
I'm not sure.
The point is, if you put anything in chocolate, it immediately gets better. Crispy cakes.
Goats.
It's crispy cakes, and then marshmallows is Rice Krispie treats.
Did you mean Fun Dogs?
They are also called Fun Dogs. I as much as I love this bowl, first of all, I'm not entirely sure it's supposed to be a cooking bowl. I think it's actually supposed to be a vase. But I needed a glass bowl to melt some chocolate, and it was from Poundland. Bought this like a year and a half ago, more. Roberta also wants the cornflakes ones, and Kirsty wants some chocolate. I have some spare chocolate, Kirsty. I have an entire spare bar of chocolate. In fact, we have to decide who's going to lick the bowl. How are we going to decide who licks the bowl, honey?
I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay, sick. I get to lick the bowl. Yeah, I have had just enough to make 12 with a little bit of chocolate left over. So let's see what ones are looking a little bit. What ones could do with more chocolate. And I don't know if it might happen to anyone else, but I have some Oreo bits and chocolate on my spoon. And if you're brave, you could scooch it off with your finger. But I do many embarrassing things just in my daily life, and I'm not gonna lick chocolate off of my fingers on a live stream. It is very cold. I immediately, as soon as I woke up, I just turned on the heating because I was like, no, it's cold. I had cups of tea, as if I don't have 8,000 cups of tea a day since lockdown started. Now, the next step is you want to get your bat wings and just pop them on, just kind of wherever. If you're using the cupcake tray, it's a little bit easier because they kind of, you see, a little bit here, they just kind of rest on the cupcake tray, and you just want to do that with all. It doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be perfect. I try and have them where they're like the broken half is facing, just because I think that gives it a little bit of neatness. Clear as you go. Oh no, that's filled with Oreo. I was just going to put that inside the other bowl, and then I realised that bowl is filled with Oreo filling. How are we doing this? That way. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. And then again. Ooh. Thankfully, there's still plenty like the chocolate is still plenty melted, so you've got plenty of time to kind of squish them in, give them some tweaking, make sure that there's, because if you're wanting to make them for a party, you kind of want to make sure that the wings will stay in place. But see, if you're just making them to eat, first of all, if you're just making them to eat, there's no point in this step, just eat it from the bowl. But if you're making them just to eat, you don't have to make sure that they're stiff in. If you are making them for later on, I would just recommend kind of just sticking it right until it's at the bottom and then pushing it down. So kind of have them go in, and then you can tweak them. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. I for a second thought I miscounted my wings and had more than I needed, but no, the knife was just hiding some. Oh no, I do. I have one extra set of wings. I have a snack. I have a snack. I have a snack. This is great. Despite the fact that I have 3 packets of Oreos in the cupboard, I haven't had Oreos in ages. And they should all be little wings. And the last touch. You don't need the edible eyes, but I don't know if these are new or if I just haven't been paying attention. I saw these and I used these the last time I trialed them, and I was like, this is so much easier. Because what I did was, like I said earlier, I tried to make a nice frosting with the filling. And then put like a little bit of Oreo crumbs in as the eyes. That was very time consuming. It took a lot of effort. It was very cute. They looked great and they tasted delicious, but goodness, it was a lot. But, ow, no. Don't use knives like this. It's very unsafe. Don't use knives to open packages. Or if you do, cut away from yourself. That's my safety song on how to use scissors. Generally, anytime I've had to do any kind of nice safety, the answer, for me at the very least, is how to be safest with a knife. Don't give it to Tori. Because Tori does very irresponsible things with knives. Edible eyeballs. They just want to put eyes on them. Have them be looking. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, it's great. You can also you can put the eyes wherever you want as well. You can make them be horrible monsters. You can make them just be cute little bats. Boop. Boop. Oh, these are adorable. I might actually have to stock up on these eyes for cake decorating purposes, because these eyes are great looking. I've got one of them where the Oreo is poking out, so one of the eyes is poking up the way and the other eye is poking down the way. It's very cute. You may very well be right, Kirsty. These are turning out way cuter than expected. Bloop. They are friends. They are friends, not food. They are going to get eaten though, because they're tasty. Now, the last part of the recipe is kind of the worst bit, because you have to wait for them to chill, to harden up. And I don't have an art attack. Here's one I did earlier. Boop, boop. But you just, last step is just pop them in the fridge. Wait for, probably, to be honest, it's milk chocolate. It'll probably only be like 10-15 minutes, but pop them in the fridge, wait until they're hardened, and then you eat your little friends. Can we see them? Oh, yay! There they are. Spooky little bats. Spooky little bat friends. I'm going to try one of the eyes. I want to see if they're tasty or not. They are. Kind of like dolly necklace. Oh, it's a little bit less sweet. They are tasty. These are like little dolly necklaces. They're tasty. Tasty Bat Friends. That's it. Probably about half an hour-ish to make. Then another 10-15 minutes in the fridge. Ooh. Please send me pictures of your bat friends. And I will post pictures of my bat friends once they have chilled into the thing as well. But thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for joining me and chat. Mwah! Bye-bye!